versus Evil Geniuses. Game 2.
This is where the next match is going to be determined. We're about to start the draft in Game 2 here. EG versus OG. What are you guys expecting to see in this one?
I think for EG, follow the same formula. I really like the way that Sin mentioned it at the end of the cast, how he loved the way they set up their lanes and they played super aggressive throughout the game. I think that's definitely a key factor for them going into this next one versus OG, because that just looked super good, right? They just took over the whole game because they kept making those aggressive plays.
Or pick stronger lane heroes. I was a real question mark when they last picked Invoker against the Lina too. And there's an Earth Spirit roaming. And the side lanes, they weren't that great too. The PA is pretty weak. 3-5 is pretty weak, so it was a kind of a question mark for me.
Ooh, it looks like we have same band so far, so this is always fun to see. Are they going to do something different? Are they going to stick with the same heroes? One thing I feel like I see if Enchantress does make it through is they pick heroes that actually can kill her.
Yes.
They pick magic nukers, that kind of a thing, but OG did themselves no favors at all, as Tsunami showed in the last segment. They didn't have ways to kill her. And as a result, all their early movements just were completely counteracted, and it made the stomp so much harder.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Febby. Just pick some stronger lanes. I think Shadow Demon was ignored, right? That was one hero that made it through the entire draft without being touched because they opened up with the Grimstroke, so EG didn't feel like they had to go for it. They wanted the Crystal Maiden, so yeah, SD, one of the few series that we actually see it just wasn't touched.
Now, it was AA banned last game. I don't believe it was.
I think they banned ET.
Yes,
yeah, they banned ET.
So they're like having some. They're baiting the Enchantress pick, I think.
Now they're also making sure that they can get themselves ET too, right? They're like, EG, you have to ban it, otherwise we get Alchemist.
Yeah.
Right? They're switching the formula up a little bit. So they're forced to ban that Alch because of it. So now OG can get that edge himself. Yep.
I mean, it's definitely more of a comfort pick for them. It's something they've been picking consistently for Seb in the off lane, and it's putting the strong hero in their hands.
Yeah, and like I said in the first game, Noterra seems like the only 5 that's really comfortable on the Enchantress.
And this right here already, you're talking about ways to kill Enchantress, right? Elder Titan, a decent amount of magic damage, also a big amplification. Mirana, high magic damage if you are able to get on top, and good combos.
And another thing that Mirana's been really effective at so far this tournament is just like stomping games with really effective rotations and good disable setups, basically. One disable into a 3 to 5 second stun, that's almost always going to be a killed hero. And as long as they can fill out the rest of their lineup with a lot of other stun setups, EG might be able to just stomp the lanes kind of similar to last game.
Just going to go for their Earthshaker here, the way to disrupt like those type of combo plays. Still surprised, yeah. Shadow Demon is just not going to be touched, not even going for the save, which you do see a lot of times versus like the Mirana.
Yeah, it's very rare actually that I feel like Mirana gets picked well SD still in the pool because it is such a good counter there. But they let it through.
Yep.
It is a really good hero with the Enchantress. It covers the Enchantress weaknesses, which is the lack of team fight.
Yep.
Sure, Enchantress does have a lot of damage, but it lacks lockdown and the big AoE control, which Earthshaker provides.
Can also potentially interrupt the Elder Titan combos, possibly stunning Mirana at the right time could help a lot. Drop a fissure when she needs to throw her arrow, for example. Those kinds of things could be a solution as well.
It's really less likely, but I think it's pretty cool to see some Sumeru Mirana too, because I know he's a beast on their hero.
Yeah, right. Both drafts are kind of flexible right now at this point. Like you said, OG, they could be playing the Enchantress. They could move it around if they want to choose to do so. The ET is probably locked as like a 5 position, but we have seen Crit also play it. So 4/5s, Mirana also kind of flexible. So
it's probably a 5 ET Mirana for them.
That's what I would imagine, right? That's what they're thinking as well too, right? Banning out that Sand King, taking out that easy setup, also that high magic damage hero.
Yeah, that's true. And with Veil as well. If you pair ET with a common Veil builder, the amount of magic damage you're doing is massive, a lot more than even normal. So,
which is Enchantress's weakness. Enchantress is really fragile to magical damage.
And it takes out a team fighter too, right? Like the Sand King provides quite a bit, so that's why they're looking to ban that one out.
Ember Spirit getting banned by Evil Geniuses. Very good hero for jumping around the team fight. Also, pretty possible to avoid things like arrow setups sometimes, because if you have even a tiny fraction of a second where you aren't stunned, you can dodge arrows, dodge other abilities. So would be a little bit of a headache for Elder Titan to defend against it.
Getting on top of these heroes can be pretty easy as an Ember Spirit too. Like Elder Titan, I play a lot of the hero, you just get jumped on instantly, you get rooted in the middle of your stomp animation, it messes with you. Mirana, same thing, you get rooted, you can't leap the whole time, it's a long duration lockdown. Frustrating hero to play against for sure if you do have an ET or Mirana.
Kunkka the next ban, very common setup hero with Mirana as well. We saw a lot of teams successfully use that combo just because it gives you the easiest setup ever.
I wonder what kind of damage hero EG is gonna pick. I assume like S4 is going to play some AoE magical damage control hero, which can kill the Enchantress.
What are you thinking, like a Tiny or something? Too early to tell?
Yeah, I think it's too early to tell. Tiny, I feel like Tiny's a bit too single target as well.
What about Tidehunter? Tidehunter was like first phase ban in the Vici LGD series earlier today, but we haven't seen either of these guys touch it yet. Do you think something like that would be useful here?
Tide is pretty cool. It can like stop the Earthshaker from getting his combos off with the Ravage, but I assume like if they do pick Tide, they need more damage. I don't think it's enough damage.
What about like a typical like mid laner turned off laner, like a Lesh or a Pugna, or Lesh banned of course,
Yeah,
but
Lesh was the
something
perfect
like that
pick,
would work.
but it was banned.
Yeah, it was a very common opening for a lot of teams to actually go like ET Lesh because you amplify your damage so much. But they'll need something else instead.
I think EG, like, what about the the gyrocopter for EG if they want to go for that for
I was
RTZ,
thinking
right?
gyrocopter,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I don't like the gyro versus Enchantress matchup. I think it can go both ways.
Yeah.
If gyro can get on top of Enchantress, sure, but Enchantress, like by nature, is a good Hurricane Pike buyer. It can like shoot impetuses from very far. It can outrange the gyro, so sometimes it can go the other way around.
Yeah, I've seen kind of like, it looks like teams have think the exact same way, right? We've seen some teams like they pick the gyro into the Enchantress, and other teams they pick the Enchantress versus the gyro. Just yeah, it's fun. It's fun to see those type of back and forths from teams. So we get an Ogre.
Yeah, very high health, very high armor, tanky hero, can be a 3.
Potential for high magic damage.
Yeah, with especially with ET Zora.
So the downside that the part that it doesn't fit of what you want in Febby is not that much AoE damage basically. So you can't push out lanes very well, but you can just stay in your lane, live in it, not be harassed out of it, and continue to pressure that way. That's one option for the hero. And then later on, join the team fights.
Yeah, it's a natural pipe builder too, so Earthshaker is not gonna have as much impact.
How do you feel about that pick?
I was thinking Void for EG might have been good for the AoE control and especially with the ET. But yeah, OG picks Void. It's okay because Enchantress provides damage. Every time you have Void, you want damage in your Chrono, and I think Enchantress is the damage.
I feel like it might have been a bit of a steal pick, right?
Yeah,
Maybe if EG was going to look for it, because it's, I mean, with the ET and Mirana, it's amazing. So that does kind of look like they just kind of robbed that one away if EG was looking to go for that type of hero.
Yeah, because that's definitely one of the issues with the Mirana pick right now is that there just aren't a ton of arrow setups. Obviously, Stomp is amazing, but in the laning stage, it's going to be a little bit harder. Void also even good against that. If they're lacking disables, Ogre's got to get close range to land his stun. ET's got to land this obvious Stomp that Void can easily time walk. So right now, Mirana's not looking like the best 4, actually.
Yeah, they might. I mean, they still could move it, right? Now they have Bloodlust as well. They're keeping themselves open to switching it up still on the side of EG.
That's true.
Like Febby was saying, right? Like Sumail, he loves playing as Mirana sometimes, and we have seen a couple core Miranas. We have seen a couple of them in the mid lane. From I know Vici played it a couple of times too. They're gonna take the gyro.
Yeah, it's something that they need, some AoE, some magical damage.
Gyro feels a little bit iffy against Chronosphere plus Enchantress to me, though, because I mean he traditionally does get a lot of health, and yes, maybe he'll buy Butterfly at some point, but getting Chronosphere and not having too many saves on the back line might be really scary for him.
He's my favorite pairing though with Elder Titan. Favorite carry pairing because you're a mix. You're not just physical damage, you're very high magical damage, so you work really well, and it provides you extra team fight, which I think that they, the Ogre might have made them lack a little bit there.
Yeah,
Same
it's a
thing with
combo
Mirana.
that EG is very familiar with. We've been seeing it a couple of times in the group stages too, the Gyro ET.
Ooh, Tiny, that looks like it's a very high potential for Thompson's hero. He's been super dominant actually on the hero when I saw him playing it for the most part, just being able to constantly run around and just wreak havoc on the map. Especially versus the squishies. Gyrocopter can tend to be a little bit squishy sometimes.
Yeah,
if you do get off to a good start.
With the Axe Spear too, I think it like just inputs insane amount of damage, and I think it can be a cool new combo, the Void plus Tiny with the Tiny Axe.
That's true. I like that.
Yeah.
It's really good with Void. It helps so much. I think Maneski was running that earlier. The Chrono would come out, and then you do the tiny tree toss, you get in like 6, 7, 8 trees.
Yeah, it looked like a
slapping into
really
that guy.
good combo.
Was that the same thing that did Secret have that too with the Void and the Tiny? I think mid one rushed Axe.
Well,
that game.
yeah,
You know,
right?
Yapstar stole Chronosphere a few times, so
Yeah, that's
probably.
true. Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of Chronospheres in those games.
Oh yeah, you're right. Actually, that's a good point. Because I remember him, he skipped the Echo Saber. He went Echo Saber after, but he went straight Ags, which was interesting to me, because usually it's like, you want your Echo because you apply the slow, but if you have something like that huge lockdown, you don't need the extra slow. You're going to be having that big damage pump into it, so that's actually pretty neat.
I'm expecting EG to throw Gyro in the mid lane myself, just because Sumel's typically the guy that plays it on their team. I mean, if you do land an arrow mid, even if there isn't a setup, and sometimes there can be with homing missile, it's a good hero for crossing the river and potentially getting solo kills if the stun's long enough. I don't know if it's going to be super viable against Tiny, because Tiny's health is pretty high, but
I feel like you won't get many last hits in that lane, though, if you're mid versus a Tiny.
That's true.
You can use the missile to zone him every now and then, but the base damage advantage is pretty high. But still flexible, right? They still can choose to move it around, depending on which matchup they do want to have.
I mean, one bright side is they can probably rune control maybe a little bit better with the Mirana. And the Gyro's a lot faster, so running him down, maybe lower chance of Gyro dying. Last bans here, Batrider again being banned towards OG. They are kind of lacking their 5-position hero. And then OD being banned on against EG, which would have been another great hero for setting up arrows. If they throw OD in the mid lane, especially against a melee like Tiny, super easy to banish and get guaranteed arrows. So that would have been a pretty easy way for Topspin to lose his lane.
Yeah, a lot of the Conquer OD bans when there's early Mirana picks, it's like you kind of just have to cover your bases.
Yeah. So what are they going to grab for their last hero? OG could play the Tiny as a 4. They could put the Enchantress on a 5. That could leave Topspin up to grabbing an entirely new hero here if they really want to, but
There's so many cool things that OG can do right now. They can put 5 Enchantress, mid Tiny, and like pick a new 4 hero for Jerax. Phoenix looks okay. Even if there's a Mirana on the other team, you have Void.
it feels, I think it sounds okay, but I just feel like they're lacking easy disables and gank stuff that isn't team fight, like ultimate base. It's like Chronosphere, maybe like Blink Earthshaker or Blink Tiny, but I feel like they need something reliable maybe.
And they're gonna go with Oracle.
It's, okay.
I think it's a good Fate's Edict game. There's a lot of magical damage coming out of Evil Geniuses right now. Right now, all their damage is magical damage, and Oracle's second spare is just gonna negate a lot of that damage.
And they can use Oracle's ultimate to just purge off a stun. If somebody, like if the Faces Void gets stunned at a crucial moment, Tiny gets stunned at a crucial moment, remove that, let him take a team fight. It's pretty cool.
Now, I was thinking Void might need a stun, might need a save, because there's a lot of lockdown from Evil Geniuses, and there was no save from OG until that Oracle pick, so they could have bursted the Void down before the team fight started.
Is it going to be strong enough to lane against an Ogre though? Like if that's an offlane Ogre, it's gonna have to slap that guy a lot to get kills.
They're just gonna go the Terrorblade again. It worked last time for them.
But now there's an Enchantress on the other side
More
of the
things, yeah.
So I don't know. I think this Enchantress versus TV matchup is pretty hard for the TV.
It should be a lot of damage. If TB is disabled, they should be able to combo him potentially.
And Enchantress can just chase down the TV and just take away the illusions, crippling his farm. So.
What about the other way around? Reflection against the OG heroes. Do the Reflections get bashes? Not sure. Anyways, that is the draft for game number 2 here, EG versus OG. Let's send it over for an interview with Sakshika.
All right, tell me how you're feeling about this draft and how would you rate it compared to what you did in game 1?
I think both games were pretty fine draft-wise. Here, I think we got a better draft than them, so I'm feeling really confident. Yeah.
What did you say to your team to help them reset heading into this game?
I mean, we were ready for this. We know EG is a great team. We were ready to go 3 games, so yeah. I just tell them to keep going, do our best, and yeah, we'll see.
All right, still confident. I love it. Yes. Best of luck. We'll talk to you soon. Bye. Back to you guys.
And we really are looking for that third game to repeat history from last TI. It was semi-final 2 that these teams met up. Of course, then it was OG who 2-1 down EG. What can happen this time around? They're confident. They're confident with the draft this time around, Send.
There's a couple of things that can happen.
Working.
EG could win this game, then they're 2-0. OG could win this game, then they're 1-1.
Wow.
And then for the third game,
Inside.
would you believe it, there's also 2 possible outcomes in that game. So that would be, you know, if you do like a flowchart of this, it's really complicated, but yeah, you'll figure it out eventually. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about this game, specifically the Enchantress pick that they were talking a little bit about on the draft panel. Because I think the logic that EG are applying this game that makes them pick the Terrorblade again is they want a carry that, first of all, that farms really well when it's given space. EG's heroes are really good at fighting early on outside of RTZ's hero. And sure, Enchantress has a good matchup against Terrorblade in the lane, but Terrorblade isn't going to lane. He's going to play there until he's level 4 or 5. When it seems like Enchantress is starting to get scary, he's going to retreat to the jungle. And if Enchantress starts hunting Terrorblade in the enemy jungle, she can get ganked by Gyro from mid. That's the whole idea here. He can go deep into the jungle. He can play the opposite jungle as well. Probably not the Radiant one, but you know what I mean. Around the triangle with Terrorblade and have a good time. For OG, however, you have very big AoE spells and cooldowns. And if they don't connect on the Terrorblade, I just see his fights being relatively free. Like, what's actually killing this Terrorblade in this game? They don't have heavy single target burst outside of Enchantress. Tiny's okay for a while.
Yeah.
But then Tiny's damage late game is physical.
What happens if you can't kill him before he can Sunder?
Yeah, that's always a problem with Terrorblade.
It's like that's your burst damage from the Tiny, which starts to wear off after a while. But they do have really great combinations. Maybe this is the reason why Soshka just feels so confident. Like, we always look for the thing that works with a Chrono. Long are the days that we just do this with the Skywrath Mage. Now we toss trees. You have Thompson who can do insane amounts of damage. You've got Enchantress who can make the most of that control area too. With the impetus she can throw out. Like, there's just a lot of things that they can work with.
But I think there's something very clear in what you're saying too, is the absolute majority of the damage we're talking about is physical or physical based. Enchantress hits are physical attacks. You can get evasion against it as Terrorblade. The tree throw is physical. You get a lot of armor on Terrorblade naturally, and Void is more or less 100% physical damage too. So I think for the name of the game for OG here is play high tempo. I don't think trading farm and playing a slow game here is going to favor them in the long run. You're playing against Elder Titan late game, one of the stronger supports with the aura for a lot of damage, and of course, let's not forget the mid hero for EG also scales. It's a gyrocopter. They have plenty of in the way of late game with Bloodlust too.
And it's been one of the most popular heroes of TI9. We get our lanes up, so EG running the safe lane, the ET and the Terrorblade together.
No-Tail.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a lot of damage onto No-Tail. Trying to back himself up. The Oracle has no real save. He went Fortune in to begin with. But into the trees, only Tangos to bring his life back up again. And S4 copping the same kind of damage from Ana.
No-Tail used the Fortune's End to secure a range creep, and S4 immediately went for the Fire Blast into arrow combination with crit. Something I don't remember who on the panel mentioned this, that OG should probably look to get better lanes this time around. They're playing Oracle Void. This is also not a very strong lane, so once again, they're running the risk of getting pressured pretty hard in this Ana lane. Their mid lane is good though. Tiny is just a flat-out strong laner in general, and their other lane, Enchantress Shaker, is very strong.
Speaking of Enchantress Shaker, they're really getting up in the face of RTZ. Fly, he did the pull. That's why they're underneath the tower. Seb trying to get as much damage in as possible, but RTZ, they're trying to bait him in using the Metamorphosis. They've even fissure blocked him out from potentially getting some kills on creeps, one of them including the range creep, and he still refused to use it. He's been holding it back. Another small thing is also the ward vision. Fly, he actually put a sentry ward down, which is able to block the camp up on the top, so there's no pull for OG to work with. And that sentry ward is actually barely out of range of the observer ward that's watching the stacking from Fly. So just a fun vision game up on the north.
It's a pretty unusual play for Elder Titans to block a camp like this. But he's too scared of the Enchantress pressure with the enchant spell, and for good reason. If Seb gets like a Satyr or a Centaur, there's play combos that could give a kill on the RTZ Terrorblade, so this way he keeps him nice and safe.
Metamorphosis has now finally been burned from TZ. It took until level 3, and he's got 2 points up in the Conjure image. So 7 Durax just holding back for the moment. Crit's waiting for the next attack. He's waiting for Samael's homing missile to come while at bottom lane S4 and No-Tail held him there. There's stick charges from S4. He'll get back underneath the tower.
Close call.
And has managed to at least make Crit feel like he has to move off the lane. He found the illusion rune.
He's coming in with a salve as well, so S4 will be back in fighting shape. And No-Tail's out of mana. He has no resources left, so this lane now plays itself for EG. They might even get the kill here if they play it right.
Be fast about it. They're focusing down on Ana. He can always just time walk this off, and he's got those 4 stick charges. No-Tail's gone bush, Crit.
Yeah.
S4, here comes your level 2 Fire Blast out, while up on top he does get away, but it's Nortel stunned up into the tree line. They have the damage and they have the vision, and Ana actually being given the life from Nortel. That's all he could do at the end of this. He has something to make Ana's lane work.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Yeah, he's not looking too hot down here right now. Both safe laners being punished. The Terrorblade's not having a free time. The Void is not having a free time. And that's where there's just a fundamental difference in these two carries. If Terrorblade's laning stage is bad, he's going to go jungle level 4. What's Void going to do? He has to lane. He's stuck down here. And he's playing with an Oracle who now hit level 3, so No-Tail is a lot stronger now than before with the 2 points in Purifying Flames. There is some kill potential.
Of how Sumail was inching for the rune, he doesn't get it. He was really hoping he would. It says a haste rune for crit. 1/3 of his HP is up and running, but he's hoping to probably get the arrow against Topson if Sumail can just get a good homing missile off. But then again, Topson, he's saying run on top of Sumail with his own damage.
And Topson is playing this lane as expected. He's winning against Sumail. This is a very tiny favorite matchup in isolation early on. Just has way better base damage like was mentioned on the panel. But Sumail is still... He's still doing all right. Like he's getting denied for sure, which is the problem. Oh, Topson's going to go for some damage here.
Yep.
I don't know about that, Topson. That's cutting it pretty close.
Sumail might just have the damage underneath the tower. Topson makes a break for the tree line. Sumail can't actually reach him. Topson doesn't have a mana for a toss away, but he's got Shrine in 10 seconds. Yeah, that'll work.
We'll get a bounty rune as well, unless Fly.
He's coming over.
There's actually no mana on the Tiny.
Jirax has to stun him. This will be mana on the Tunny now. Gets 3 bottle rune charges up. So Fly, they start with the Avalanche. Seb's moved over as well. Fly, he can get one punch in. He ain't no one-punch man.
He very clearly placed the no-tail flag. Seb was staring him in the eyes when he died. Oh, man.
Get in their minds. That's what OG likes to do.
Yeah, that's one thing you can't mute. Can't remove the flags.
Yeah, see, OG understand this. They just get around it. Ana and S4 really going hammer and tongs the bottom lane. No-Tail will throw the Fortune's end. Just giving S4 something to think about, but S4 has got 900 HP. You're not getting through this Ogre.
It purges Bloodlust though. It's a minor annoyance.
TC's got Metamorphosis again. No pressure into that top tower. Remember, there's no Treant Protector in this game, but not a single point of damage has been done to that tier 1 tower on top. Crit's trying to leap himself away. I see Topson moving over. He's already used his combination. The Observe Ward gives them all the information they need. Topson, 2 seconds till toss is off cooldown. Crit leaps up a little bit further out. Now goes for a short-range arrow. He doesn't have another leap available. Topson has both Avalanche and Toss available. Yeah.
Topson and he's dead. Tossin.
Nicely done, Tossin. Thanks, Tossin.
Uh-oh, Arteezy is in trouble too.
Yeah,
he's dead.
Jirax able to get the double stun. Fly couldn't do anything to help him out. The stomp was already used. Now Fly's moving into the tree lines. He'll go for another stomp, but Jirax just waits it out perfectly. This is that crisper kind of play you're expecting to come in from OG. They play their stun timings right, they get the chains right, and Ana gets the lead to body block S4 in the trees. You can slow him down once again. No-Tail. The never-ending Fortune's end over towards S4. The stun's at least on Faceless Void, so Ana won't keep this pressure up.
He's getting good farm, though, on the Void now. The start was a bit tough. He got pressured, but No-Tail brought extra regen. Crit was roaming a little bit on the Mirana, which gave Ana more space. And now they might even kill S4 here.
Yeah, feeling very stranded with no Mirana to stay with him. The Priestess of the Moon is currently absent from the throne. S4, another nuke from Ana. Actually, a nuke from No-Tail, and a bash from Ana will do the work.
Seb top.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Seb, he's low on life. The homing missile will come in and finish the job. Jirax tried to help out.
Topson ran down Arteezy all the way to the tier 3 and killed him.
Really?
So this dynamic is really interesting because the Enchantress will not be chasing him, but the Tiny is one of those heroes that can quickly push in the mid lane and start making a move for the enemy jungle. And he can solo kill Terrorblade this early on. Terrorblade has no health.
He's also got no net worth. Just to throw up the net worth graph, you see him, he's 4th from the bottom, not even 2,000 to this Terrorblade's name. ES currently has more net worth on the support Jirax.
Topson does not get the rune yet. It's bottom. He will probably try to run down and take this region after pushing out mid. He knows it's there and that there's nobody going to take it right now.
And Arteezy's going to send the illusion to deny it.
Yeah, and he sent his hero into the other side of the jungle. But now he's going to maybe get smoked out. Oh, if he dies again. This is so good scan from Dire. They realize it's happening.
They just follow the illusion. They put down the protection. Arteezy, he needs space. He needs time. And Thompson doesn't want to give him anything. They leave an observe ward back behind the tier 2 tower. G-Rex is waiting on the hill. Arteezy be set upon on all sides. The courier's coming out to deliver the raid band. Hey guys, I think I know where he is. He's in the trees, but you'll lose the Enchantress while all that's going on. Crit's able to get him. Well, OG are looking the other way.
Seb got greedy. And Dofer and...
Oh, Thompson found him. Finally, they found him. Dropped the nukes, dropped the hammer. Arteezy. They want to stay on top of him.
He's not playing Dota right now.
Fly's also in trouble in the back lines. Jirax chased him into the trees. That top fight took its toll. Jirax just needs to hit him once, and Fly, Jukin, keep moving around the rock walls, around the trees, but Jirax has towed him. It has the reach, while Ana, he has the extra life. He's getting the hit time lock over on S4. They'll toss him down, and they have the damage between the two cores.
It's looking spicy. It is looking spicy for OG right now. That is true. Their laning stage, I was skeptical in the start, especially about this bottom lane, but things are looking great right now, mainly because our team, they're actually just...
Put the flag down, build a wall, and Arteezy can't cross it. Top lane, Seb's in real trouble in the middle of the call down. The attendants will not help him. The homing missile from Samel will wipe that smile off his face while Fly under the tier 2 tower. Jirax and Thompson once again comboing together. They're the Smash Brothers right now. S4 as well as Arteezy, the TP out, the stun, space created, and Jirax will also leave.
OG are playing really, really good Dota right now.
And now the runes as well.
They have the perfect read on what they need to do in the game with this Tiny. I think Thompson is having huge game impact right now. Even if he doesn't kill Arteezy, he's just ruining his game.
Look what he's doing. Ana has a double damage rune. He just wants to go onto Arteezy, but the Dire Observer Ward, it scattered out the movement. So with the DD rune, he won't get the leap into Chronosphere that Ana was probably looking for.
We've been talking a lot about Arteezy having a hard game, but as far as EG goes, their other two cores are not looking too shabby. Gyrocopter almost top net worth. Ogre is ahead of the Enchantress.
Here we go again. Toss me!
Oh dear.
Don't tell the elf.
The worst thing, can you even blame him? They've like smoked him 2 or 3 times, and they have deep wards. You just keep running him down, and now Thompson
This is his
finds Crit.
6th kill. He's taken 50% of the kills for OG. Thompson, how fast can this guy be enabled? Phase boots up, moves through the trees, another fissure block. Jirax, this is why on support ES he is one of the greatest. And Ana's taking the tier 1 tower to boot. Keep him out of lane. The Shadows will take EG. But what can the Shadows grant them? The Observer Ward, Thompson, he actually de-warded. He had the Radiant Sentry there. So now EG's even lost the vision. And they've got Jirax right behind him. They're ready to fight on bottom lane. The Radiant Sentry. It won't even matter. They've waited out the time. The Observe Ward. Did it see? It sees Samel for a half moment as well as S4. Avalanches out. The fissure from Jirax. Over on 2. Call down will arrive. Thompson. They're finally going to end the spree. It all goes to Vale.
That's a lot of gold.
Back up the tier 1 tower. It is indeed. And that's the comeback mechanic.
600 gold, and now he's top net worth. And they're going to immediately smoke again. OG have no vision here, so they don't know this is happening. This is not the easiest smoke to predict, but if they want to cross the entire map, maybe it will be predicted. Okay, the top rune, Invis rune, they're not going to grab this.
I think they're looking for Ana, but Jirax actually broke the smoke. He's already TPing over towards the shrine. He understands that something shady's happening.
Jirax saw the rune get taken here. I think this might blow this gank from OG, that S4 went and grabbed this rune. No, Ana.
He's still under ops.
Oh, he's going to...
And now he's going to time walk into S4's multicast arm, combining with the arrow, put him to sleep as well. Starfall finishes the job from Crit.
Jirax pinged it out. He said the rune's gone. And all of EG's heroes were missing, but Ana still stuck around to farm that camp. A bit greedy.
Probably felt he was safe for having the Observe Ward in the lane, but man, as you said, like they would smoke up from the bottom lane and not just run directly at him.
And that's space for Arteezy. They've re-established some control in this top area, so Terrorblade gets to play a little bit now. He's still way behind par, of course, on this hero, but slowly recovering. And OG, they're going to keep up the pressure. They will keep playing fast. They have the same read that playing this slow and letting EG get space is not the way to go.
It's a great observe ward down. EG, this is coming. A quick leap away from Crit will create space. Ogre now going to go for his own son. Great Fisher coming in from T-Rex. Actually trying to stop the arrow. And maybe a little bit too late. The call down. It's great from Smell. Playing from inside the trees with a flat cannon damage. T-Rex has to run up high. Thompson, he'll have to save from Notel. T-Rex won't be so lucky. Neither will S4. Both dying over on the opposite sides of the lane. And Thompson finally now back up to full health. Just tosses away the gyrocopter. Arteezy has arrived, but up against Seb. It's not the hero he wants to fight. But as EG do this chase, the Dire Observer Ward that OG ran out under is what helped them set up for this fight. But they're not finding anything else. 13-minute, 14-minute hand of Midas in here from Anna. Meanwhile, on the northern side of the lane.
He was just, again, not involved. He's just farming. Farming. Keeps ramping up. A lot of the times, you would like your Void to at least use the Chrono when it's off cooldown, and then you can go back to farming, but not even that.
T-Rex, Fisher, actually holds the mail up on the high ground with the ET splitter. Notel has no save to this at all. Meanwhile, Anna, does he want to go for a solo kill on Arteezy? He's got no damage. He actually has nothing. Moonlight Shadow's been burnt, so they can all just walk away.
Oh, they're going to walk into Thompson.
Oh, with the avalanche, and now Anna, time for a Chrono. He'll catch free with the Fisher. They're all caught on the other side. So Anna's only got one choice, that's to kill off Crit. Seb actually came in from the side, looking for his own damage, and Dirac tossed in the Echo. He'll finish off S4. Seb won't actually die. The one shot just means the homing missile doesn't find the kill. Anna, time walk, repairs the damage, but stays in the front line, trying to fight. They've lost Seb, they've lost Dirac. Another controller from two of them together. Avalanche and toss, fly. He's got enough life to survive. The creep never hit the deck. The Thompson's not done. You know he's never done.
Arcane Rune.
They're running for it. Up on, well, yep, nope. Arteezy never got close enough to the tier 1 tower to attack. Thompson's actually wrapping around the side, but all he'll find is illusions. Yep. Finally, that top tower takes some damage. But they're here for the bounties, they're here for the money.
And now Arteezy is catching up to Void. Would you believe it? He was so far behind, but this last sequence from EG is massive. They defend their tower. Yeah, they have win probability 2-1. It's a good Terrorblade game. What can I say? They've been shutting him down as hard as they could, but one misstep, one overextension, and that Fissure Chrono play, it just failed. They were just not in the right position with their heroes. Seb, is he just gonna, okay, he's gonna get arrowed, but not get comboed down. They will get the deny on this mid tower most likely.
It's a fantastic observer and sentry down from EG. They actually saw Thompson coming in with the blink dagger, so the reveal was actually found by the observer ward. But you do have this double jump, and this feels like a way that OG can just battle those 2-1 odds.
We need to see a lot more action out of Thompson. I think he's playing an integral role right now in the game. His one overextension, second overextension, he got saved by OG, by Notel, but you've got to be on your toes. Sitting back is not the play right now still.
But it still feels like he's waiting for Anna to be ready. Like, yeah, you got to be fighting, you got to be looking for kills, but how long until Anna will actually come into these fights? How long until they look for the combination arrow? Thompson's in the trees, he's fine.
Well, got rid of the siege creep, just saving some HP on the tower.
T-Rex is going to get his blink dagger on bottom lane as well.
They want to kill Sumail. He's such a huge kill. He's 7-0. They know this kill streak is extremely valuable, and he's going to bite. But
wait for
they don't
it.
feel confident.
You've got Crit right behind. Anna, Moonlight Shadow instantly burnt. The second Thompson jumped out of the tree lines, they went for it, and Crit, he's stalking him into the tree.
Oh,
the TP
no.
begins. Oh! Wide ball!
Didn't you see him blink? Oh, he thought he quelling through?
Uh-huh.
Well, he doesn't have a quelling blink. Oh, I don't know what that was. All right. Probably, yeah, he overthought it perhaps, or thought the blink dagger was still ready. Whatever it was, he got out mid lane. We're going to have a sleep, but they're not going to be able to combo.
2-point Nature's Intendants and 3 points Untouchable. Seb's going to stick around and attempt to denial? Fly? I like that from Seb. He waited it out, and Fly, he's going to get punished. Looking for that denial. S4 going to go for his own son onto Thompson, but the Fissure is there from Girax. But they can't keep the pressure up just yet. The call down from Sumail, creating more space for the Ogre. Seb's willing to run into it, but for how long? And now the toss, Tiny pulling back S4. Arrow flies forward. It hits on the enchant, but he's protected. And Thompson, he'll actually have the extra life through the false promise. The flat cannon from Sumail, as much damage as he can. They'll stun him up. And now maybe with the impetus, they have enough damage. Thompson, he just missed the toss back, and the extra stun for Jirak. He'll bring in his Blink Dagger. He'll get the Echo Set. Enough damage, they kill, still can't kill off Samael. We're about to be split in twine. Pulling back Thompson, snapping down Seb. They're slow for the moment. Anna, he'll get the Chrono. It's over on S4. That's how they began this. Thompson's keeping Crit out of this fight. Jirak can't get it close enough. Finally, they bring down the Ogre. But it costs so much.
Oh, they're spellcasting. They can't be happy with that. OG. Thompson blinks in, tries to get the toss on Gyro, doesn't get it. Second attempt, he tosses out the Shaker. I think. Wasn't that what he did? I think that's what he did. That was really chaotic, but it looked like he tossed out the Shaker.
We can look at it again in a second. He's looking for another jump. Avalanche toss combination combining with a double damage rune. Thompson able just to get the kill onto Fly, get something back here, but yeah, having another look at that fight and seeing the series of events, it definitely feels like such a hard run for OG, but hey, they were down to 33% win odds, right? It's going to be hard no matter what.
They climbed up a bit. It's looking better and spicy. Crit will, however, be getting the Spirit Vessel now. It's going to help them have options. So here you go. There's the Enchant Echo combo. There it is. He tosses him out. They both get slept. The splitter comes down the middle. Fortunately for OG, Terrorblade is not useful right now when it comes to fighting, so they don't get punished harder than that because it's only the 4 heroes, but more space for Arteezy. He is still gaining in this game, and Samael staying alive is really, really big for them. He's such a valuable kill. They get the Ogre, it's something, but he's actually lower net worth than his Mirana now. S4 still aiming for a 20-minute Midas.
Oh, they're so close, they can smell it. Samael wants the kill on bottom lane. It was 9 time. That's why they didn't see Notal. The protection is there, and he'll have to use his own ultimate, the False Promise, trying to escape from this illusion. He's not getting the time to actually heal up in the tree line.
Jerax
will be fine anyway. Yeah.
Looked like Crit might want to try to chase him there. Oh, Samael's going to see him.
Hey, no, there's a tree, man. There's a tree.
He didn't see him.
Oh, now he'll see him.
Told you he was going to see him.
But Blink Dagger's off cooldown. He'll blink over, but hey, Crit's over here. So is Notal. Samael, if he wants to try and chase this, there's a lot of help, but Seb hit by that long stun duration of Crit. Saw it coming, but still wanted to play catch.
Send a lot of defensive heroes here to keep Shaker safe. They do manage. But that's about all to come out from that.
This has to be the slowest Midas for an Ogre I've seen.
It's very slow. Oh, Arteezy, this will be a huge kill for Thompson.
He would love it. Avalanche, toss, he's got a lot of damage, but not enough.
Oh no, that's even worse.
The life away. Thompson's down for the count.
Arteezy knew his limits. You saw Thompson wasn't completely convinced if he could kill him, so he started hitting him first before going for the Avatos combo to get him low enough. But even then, it was still not enough. Arteezy with the strength.
Oh, Seb! Tanking for the team, trying to create space for Jirak, but they'll both still die together.
Oh, that's so bad news for them. Arteezy got the kill on Thompson. That's another 425 gold. He almost has BKB now. These 2 kills in mid lane, Samael. They're progressing so well in the game. And all of this while, again, Chrono is ready. How many Chronos have they used this game? Like 1? 2?
Yeah,
2?
1, 2. I have
Maybe 2.
Mid lane and North and Roshan, I think was the 2 I remember.
This is a 21-minute game where Ana actually had a pretty good laning stage. We thought it was going to be harder than it was. And I think OG kind of need him if they make moves. The logic that they're playing the Void with just staying out of fights and farming a lot, he is a hard carry, but you have to consider what you're giving away by doing this. This is the time that your lineup is supposed to peak, where you're the ones who are supposed to make the moves. And I'm fine with him AFK farming when Chrono's on cooldown. Absolutely. I don't think he should be looking for fights with time dilation and only that and the time walk, but yeah, his team needs him right now.
Meanwhile, EG continues to farm. Samael's got Aghanim Scepter. The Maelstrom's coming out in the courier. A full BKB has now arrived for the Terrorblade. Seb trying to go on to S4. That hand of Midas, well, at least he got it off before he died, but S4 is down once again. Moonlion Shadow from EG did not arrive in time. And Thompson just once more, walking up blindly uphill. But Samael will be ready to fight. This courier still hasn't brought his item to him, but they won't care if Thompson, Avalanche, Thompson's got so much damage. Help is there from Notal. Thompson just needs to get the hell out. And now maybe they can Chrono. They got so much damage. The control will actually hold in the ES, but you won't care if you've got the kill first in Arteezy, then the crit. Time dilate. Samael's got no movement speed. 4 heroes from EG topple like dominoes.
There we go. That's the big fight from OG that they were waiting for. Awesome echo from Jerax, and you just see the follow through. Void was involved this time, gets an easy double kill with the Chrono, and Seb ends the streak of the Gyro, getting 800 gold, closing in on his BKB. And Arteezy had BKB there. He just didn't get it off.
Yep.
He got surprised by the stuns, got blown up. All that magic damage from the Shaker currently is enough. Later on it will be harder, but for now it gets the job done.
Probably thought he had the full advantage, and this is danger zone for EG. The items will start to roll in. He said, like, you look towards the BKB for the Enchantress, but I'm looking towards the Aghanim Scepter of Thompson. What happens when this Chrono starts to be amplified more than just Anand's Mjolnir attack? He's going for his own BKB too.
Yep.
Jirax will get a 4-star. Nortel is looking for earn charges. That's the next items on the wish list, but EG just want to kill them all. They'll smoke up all together.
No Chrono, no Echo. This is the time to take a good fight. They have Metamorphosis as well. They might just force Roche.
Gonna go Roshan. Do they break the smoke though? Nortel's just a little bit too far away, so they slip inside the pit. And OG's been checking for a while.
Oh man, they die so fast.
Roshan's at 50%.
Side Gunner.
ET Spirit's down. Is walking out. That may be enough from Seb, but it's already done. EG under the cover of the Moonlight Shadow will walk out of the Roche pit with the Aghanim Scepter. Aegis, the Immortal Gyrocopter, ready to fight.
That's a great play call. All right, OG, you've got a good team fight with your ultimates. Now we're going to get something for free. And I think OG, if they knew that this Roche was happening, I don't even know if they would have come there. I think that fight is extremely hard to take. You're fighting against Elder Titan in the pit. There's a Mirana that can arrow you from all angles, and you don't have your big spells to kill the Terrorblade with.
So now EG have to smoke and go again. That's kind of like their choice. But I'm not seeing a smoke on anyone from EG.
I think they want to chill until Terrorblade has meta again. Oh, Terrorblade's getting jumped.
That's not what they want. Ab and the arrow flies forward. It does actually control.
I got Thunder off.
It's going to be free. Thunder is out. Nortel still offering that protection for the Tiny. The ET Stomp is out, and there's nothing much he can do. Tiny just has to sleep through this battle, and he'll snap down as the protection is now worn off. EG moved from one target to the next. Seb can't do much here, but Ana, he can. Chrono's off cooldown. He's beaten the crap out of the Ogre. That's a lot of crap to get. Arrow. Space created. The stun won't last long enough. Ana gone disco with the sparkly shields, able just to bounce it off with the proc to get the kill on S4.
Terrorblade couldn't rejoin. And I think OG, all things considered there, with the kill failing to begin with, getting Sunder off on the Terrorblade, they'll take that 1-for-1 trade. That could have got way worse.
And still having Echo, still having Chrono.
There's the arrow.
Of the Jirax. He's ready to jump! Fly! He put him to sleep! Sumail will claim the double kill! Annabelle like the bait! But Jirax was not ready for those Z's.
So much damage. And that time there was no Oracle save. Didn't have the false promise, it was on cooldown. And Ana farmed up aggressively and got punished. EG are fast. They're really quick to exploit openings in this game. And while their lead might not be that big in terms of the net worth, you have this feeling that their game plan is just progressing nicely from these extra little picks they find here and there. The Terrorblade starting to get some more health. Sanjin Yasha completed now on Arteezy.
He's got to farm and get the hell out of here. Blinks into the tree, starts his TP. They're ping exactly where he is, but no one can reach him. I'm loving this bottle swap over. Yeah, give him the Arcane, get the push going.
Yep, meta ready in 5, so you imagine they're still looking for that Tiny. They really didn't think he had a TP.
Fun item for the Ogre. No auras for this Ogre. Blink, Dagger, Hand of Midas. And Fly. Yeah, give it some scream. Ana, all right, yep, that happened.
I've seen that look on someone's face before. It's the, oh, fuck face.
Didn't seem to give that many Fs.
Nope. I mean,
it's like we'll just get back to it again, right? Like, hey, next combo, that's the way to go.
OG's spirit has been seemingly unbreakable. But if this continues, they might lose a series 2-0, and then we'll see how unbreakable it will be in the lower bracket. But game, they need to look for a fight. They have all their spells. Chrono's up. Tiny combo's up. Unless they want to wait for another key item. Oh, no, he got jumped.
The ward, he's going to get arrowed. Thompson continues to walk within vision and continues to get picked off. He was like 8-1 at one point. Now he's 11-4. That's not the same momentum style graph that OG was looking for out of Thompson.
And it's a big kill. Arteezy has the Arcane Rune popped with the meta, so they will definitely be looking to do some damage to this mid-tier 2 tower. Still with the Aegis in hand on Sumail. Scouting arrow will not find anything, but don't think OG are interested in trying to defend this.
No, they actually need 200 gold. Ana is trying to farm it up inside the jungle to get his BKB. Now it's 100 gold, so time walk over. Oh, that's not helping. He doesn't have a Quelling Blade. He actually has to wait out his next time walk time. But it's okay. EG's only going to take the tier 2 tower in the meantime. But don't worry, no one saw it, huh?
I wonder what Arteezy's going next. If he wants to go Scotty or if he wants to go Butterfly. Because both of the items give him really, really good HP in this game. The Butterfly giving the evasion against both the Enchantress Impetus, against the Void, and of course against the tiny tree throw, the agility armor still adds up. And he will go Butter over the Scotty. Favors the... Feels like its overall tankiness. I feel like it's comparable in this game. I think a Scotty and a Butterfly will give roughly... Maybe the Butter will even give him more health against these heroes. And Tread's switch onto Strength. He will have about 2.2k health when the Butterfly arrives later.
You could normally say, like, hey, why not both? But if OG get one good fight, he may not have that option for the second.
It's true. OG's line... OG are absolutely not out of it yet. It's not like this game is over.
You got Tiny beating the crap out of a tier 2 towers. No one's here from EG to fight this. Ana will come in to help out as well with the BKB completed. The combo is up from OG. EG does have to give it some level of respect.
The thing OG needs to make sure of is that they find a way of combining their Shaker and Void effectively. One of the weaknesses of this pairing is that to an extent they do the same thing in the fight. Shaker wants to blink Echo and stun lockdown people. Void wants to blink Chrono or jump in Chrono and do the same thing. But they can't do it on top of each other. It needs to be delayed. And if they get the idea at the same time, it can be a disaster. If they layer it perfectly, it's super nice. So, gotta pay good attention to how the fights start off.
And this is a lot of patience from EG on the top lane. How long do they hold this? No one's coming to defend the tier 1 tower. All right, maybe we should push it. EG, up 30-minute bounty runes. Split it half and half, and another arcane rune. This is bread and butter for Terrorblades. And Ana, well, maybe he has to Chrono to actually save it. The Fissure holds him out. The 4-star pushes him away.
Jerax
really are trying to hold it. Thompson jumps in for the Avalanche Dodge combo. Arteezy gonna go in for the BKB. The cooldown's coming as well. They have to make sure he doesn't get the Thunder offset. Has the high ground BKB protection. 3-man Chrono. Marano's the only one that missed out on it, but they take out Samel. He's number 1. Terrorblade number 2. The Fissure. The control from Jerax is perfect. This time we're layering it like a cake. Moving towards S4. The detection was already out. Maybe with the Bastion, they have another dust available. Down he goes. OG, they're dangerous. They bite. Oh, Jerax. No! Oh, he caught him in the tree. Crit. Well, you're in a bit of a pickle. Leap away. Oh, maybe the pickle off the burger. Tree toss gonna be off target. Crit. Jukes, really. He's moving around the trees. Thompson, where is he? Into the side. You can get yourself a buyback all you want. Thompson, he's volleying for the wrong direction. Crit's up north, but they're pushing the mid tower while all this is going on. Crit was just playing around the side, but Ana playing objective-based gaming with OG. They're used to entering this base around the 20-minute mark, but they'll still do it at 31.
And remember, what set all of this off was an arcane rune. Arteezy wanted that rune to get the Metamorphosis efficiency, and it ended up setting up OG for a perfect team fight. They played around the rune well, and they're going to be rewarded handsomely. They get a full lane of racks from this, it looks like.
It looks like it.
And then they can just back off, reset, and buy their items. No, they're not going to complete the racks. This might be defendable.
Jerax just buys a little bit of space. Blink forward, S4 going on to Jerax. There is, well, Chrono's now off cooldown.
And they did get the full lane. They didn't stop the siege creep from attacking. So S4 went for the aggressive stun.
Look at the money as well. MKB got completed already. Do you still go Arteezy in for the Butterfly?
I think he might want to change his plan now and go Scotty. I think now it's...
I don't think he's
better.
seen it though. Like in the quick buy, he still has Butterfly. Is he going to buy the Eagle Song as he walks past? Yes, he is.
Okay.
So they didn't get the information on Ana.
He doesn't have buyback now. That's bold.
They need to keep these lanes pushed out and buy Arteezy the time to farm.
Look at the swing and win expectancy we've just had on that XP graph. Over the last 5 minutes, OG have swung this game by almost 50%. From EG having about almost 80, so now OG have about 60.
So all these combinations starting to arrive for OG. Gives you confidence going into the team fights as long as they're off cooldown. But I gotta say, man, I'm loving this Jerax ES more than I was loving the ES in the first game. He is just being everywhere. He feels sacrificial, but he's never properly sacrificed. just able to live, chain stun perfectly. Scouting arrow won't find anybody.
And
Actually, let's cease for a moment, no tell.
That's a big thing about this this combo from OG. When you say that, like, he has all these good chain stuns, they don't have a save in EG's lineup. OG, they have the Oracle ulti to save people that get in trouble. EG, however, if Arteezy gets caught in Chrono, the only save that they have for him is trying to stomp some heroes on the enemy team, but you're not stomping this BKB Void, and you're not stomping the BKB Ent, so who are you going to stop? Like, these are the guys killing him right now.
Need some Ghostbusters. Hurricane Pike totally done on the Enchantress. EG, they're smoking up to move out. This could just be a ward mission. They do have 2 of them on fly. They need to get planted as we look towards the Roshan counter. He will respawn in 30 seconds. Ana is already having a peak time walking into the pit. Smoke wall breaks, entries down. But it's the observer ward behind them that's giving the information for OG. Up on the hillside.
The smoke.
Oh, the observer and sentries both being planted at the same time. Jump in! Ooh, Ana, he was baiting out the Moonlight Shadow. He started the Chronosphere, but then he brings the arms back down again. They still see Fly under the observer and sentry. He gets out of range of the sentry, however. And Jirax, that probably wasn't the order he meant to do that in. But now he can see Fly, but he won't go it. Remember, Roshan's the target. They can't expend these huge abilities on anything other than EG heroes.
Really nice dodge from EG. I think Ana's smoke got broken by the Ogre, I think it was, and he blinked away instantly, and Ana tried to chase and find something, but couldn't get it, so not fruitful there from OG, but they get control of the area, which also has value. With Roshan up, if EG want to try to get there, they have quite a ways to run. They have the smokes ready, they have plenty of them, in fact, 3 of them on fly.
But there's so much damage on Ana, they're going to get through it before EG will arrive. Having both MKB and the Mjolnir, Seb's helping him out by tanking it through, so they're not taking any damage back.
Perfect position from Thompson. He's going to break smoke here.
They'll get rid of the Observe Wall. There's going to get information, and now he just starts the tree toss, trying to almost bait out some kind of ability in the trees. Creating space. Aegis is picked up. It is in the hands of Ana, and they'll pass the cheese over to Thompson. He has the Crystallis available too. So this tree toss, just this volley. It's on Federer level right now.
And now you've got to be really, really careful as EG. The push will be coming eventually. I think a lot of pressure right now is on Fly's shoulders. Hit a good stomp, get a good splitter off. They will need every bit of damage they can get.
They're buying up. I'm wondering if the Courier can make the trek, and if Samel will want to expend the money. He can buy a Satanic right now.
BKB on Ogre. This is very unusual build from S4. But he feels like if he isn't getting chain stunned, he can perhaps provide like a pseudo save for Arteezy by just going in and stunning people.
Where are actually any of their auras? This could be one of the few games that we don't see, even if Vlad's picked up. Like, there's nothing from EG.
And that's bad news for Terrorblade. He loves to have Vlads in his team.
The best thing is a Ring of Basilius. That's it.
Yeah, Crit prioritizing getting a Solar Crest. I think it's a better choice than a Vlad's too. You need to protect that one key guy that gets hit in the Chrono. And with Solar Crest, that can make the difference between life and death.
TP is coming towards the top.
There's still a bounty rune up here.
36.5 minutes in, Crit's going to show himself, and Jirax is instantly going to jump if he feels it's real, and he feels it strongly. The fissure, the stun, a quick leap away. Maybe there's a control. Mirana nuked down into the trees once again. Crit trying to use the Ana spot into Moonlight Shadow. He just has to wait it out. The stomp is just out of range. Crit once again, he gets visible only because of the leap away, and now Jirax, he gets the slam down at the end. Was not there.
Crit was scared he was going to get caught. Jirax with the gem just needs to get in range. And they get him. Good read from OG, sending up these 2 heroes here, expecting that somebody will go and push the lane out, and they are right.
EG just trapped in the base for now. OG looking for the killer blow. Nothing but illusions to push out the lanes. Tiny trying to find trees to work with. All Ana needs to do is get that nice Chronosphere with Thompson on the tree line. Ana, multicast is arriving from S4. And Ana starts to drop low, can't really time walk off a lot of that damage, but hey, Seb is there to attend to his wounds. The real mercy. Wrong game.
Yeah, I agree.
Tier 3 tower's being beaten down. Here we go again. Long stun on the arrow. Ana, remember, he's got the Aegis Immortal. But it's the low cooldown abilities. Fly getting smacked in the ball. Thompson! Oh! That tree had thistles. Buyback has to arrive. The melee rack is going to fall. Ana's still waiting for the right Chronosphere time. Arteezy playing on the edge. At least he has to dodge some of the damage. Here's your jump forward. Time
he got two bashes.
and now into the Chronosphere. They hold him. They toss him down. And Zemail needs to do some work. Buyback developed from Arteezy. Is now or never. The arrow, he'll connect. Thompson still just having to stand there in the middle of the ET splitter. Ana's jumped himself back again. But Arteezy, he's here to fight. Thompson, he's there to be saved. They're trying to get up the hill. The stun is actually able to get Thompson down on the hillside. He actually TP'd down in front of Arteezy on Arteezy's home. They didn't take the racks though. The melee racks dropped to 200. It's now regenning up.
But that was a really expensive hold. They had to buy back their terribly Gyro and Elder Titan just to defend. They didn't even get a good fight out of it. They killed the Oracle.
Yeah, that was it.
It's like the worst trade in the history of trade deals. Maybe ever. That's really bad.
Someone get them a new negotiator.
Yeah, OG are feeling very comfortable right now in this game. And the primary problem is that Arteezy actually, they don't have a really good frontliner, right? You want somebody that goes in first, starts the fight so that Arteezy and Sumail don't get targeted, but the only guy you can really do it with is Ogre. But he's not tanky enough to feel like he can do it. If he blinks BKBs and goes in, he's just gonna get focused. And there's the damage with the tree volley. Jesus Christ.
Same one that killed Fly. This one almost kills S4. He'll be dreaming of having that plus 40 strength. He's a quarter of a level away from it. But even then, I don't know if it'll help. The damage just seems to get stronger and stronger from OG. Aegis will be reclaimed. But now Void has a Lincoln Sphere as well. And he's going for an Aghanim Scepter build on the Void. As many Chronos as they can get every minute.
Here we go again.
Yep.
Lincoln's popped.
But where's the opening?
OG want to go because there's no Metamorphosis. So they feel like EG can't take this fight. So far they're right. They even have the save.
EG's going to smoke up, however. But what do they do? You want to wrap around the back? Smoke's already breaking on Sumail. Sev's the one on the front line. He's got BKB. He knows he can just be that attractor. Who wants to come in from EG? The melee barracks doesn't really stand a chance. Another sleep. This one's over on faces forward. Ogre jumping into the back lines. Ana instantly jumps back out to help his teammates. The BKB Ogre. It was a good distraction, but EG, what can they really get out of it? A call down on top of the ramp. Sev moves forward, but here comes Ana going on top of Arteezy. Where's the opening still? Fly's going down. He just cannot take this Barco bite. And now the jump in from three man in the chrono. Toss them down, Popson, and maybe they got a little bit more. G-Rex controlling Sumail on the back lines. There's no more BKBs. There's no more real Titanic to work with. And Arteezy, so low on life, does not have the Thunder. Ana even kills him with a proc on the Mjolnir. This may just be it with none of them left. Gyrocopter doesn't have enough power. OG will not let up, and Thompson's like, okay, inside your base. I remember doing this in game 2 of my last winners bracket match. The scenario is slightly different this time around. Still objectives to take. And EG still want to try and fight. Fly jumping in, the multicast. Ana once again saved. The false promise is there. Notal will sacrifice himself, or will even be a sacrifice. Sumail can't get the kills. Thompson, he starts the toss up. And that's GG. We will have a remake of the TI9 semi-final 2 going to a game 3, a decider between OG and EG.
What a great game from OG. It looked relatively grim at one point. We were starting to consider if they were going to falter in this game, but they came online with their Void. They joined the team fights. They got a couple of really good ones. I think in this game, compared to game 1, just night and day with Thompson, finding tons of kills in the early game, keeping OG basically kind of even by doing that. They never really got far ahead early on in the game, but they secured that they could get to this mid-game stage that they were looking for with their timing. And boy, did they hit hard when they got it.
Yeah, they did. And man, that's going to hit home for Evil Geniuses. Now leveled up. They looked very, very happy at the end of game 1. I love how Notel even just stops for a moment. Looking back, it's like, come on, man. Everybody together. Let's walk out of here.
I
We're
think
good.
the biggest difference between these two teams in this game, when draft-wise, there's obviously many differences, but one of the really big things, OG